me, man. You got an energy drink and everything. What's going on? Tired?
Yeah, I'm hyped because in 1 month I'm gonna do 60K. So how can I not be hyped?
You ever, whenever you have children, maybe someday in the future, hopefully you become extremely smart. And once you do, you have a lot of kids. I want to have 10, maybe
Oh,
more, but 10 kids. Hopefully one day you're extremely smart. And one day you'll see them walk. And you'll just be like, because it's so cute watching them walk. What you just did, it just made me.
I aim for 8, bro, but 6 boys, 4 girls.
I like that. Why?
And why 10? Because it will be selfish.
Ooh, I like that.
It will be selfish of me to not spread the high genes that are in me and keep them to myself and do only 1 or 2,
I agree. That's why I said hopefully if you become smart, because people that are smart having kids is a great thing because they help other people have kids. Now, notice how I said smart and not rich, because a lot of rich people don't care about their kids. They just give them money and expect them to
to grow
figure
by
out
them.
themselves. But the thing is, they ruin it because they get drug addictions and things. But it doesn't matter. Smart people. Like Patrick David.
No, anyway, bro. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Patrick David, like the way he's raising his kids, like you could tell they're gonna be incredible in
Anyway,
life, just how he is. But go ahead.
for me, being born rich and dying rich is not as good as being born poor and dying rich. So if my kids, because of me, um, will be born rich, I have to make sure that they experience a kind of, how can I say it, poordom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if you get everything instantly from just having a rich dad and mom, there is no sense in just creating and trying to build yourself and everything. So they will be like something they have to earn to get things. They won't have everything like that,
I
It's
agree.
I
I
think it's you. You told me. I even told that to my dad. I said to him, bro, dad,
I know you call your bro dad. I mean your dad bro.
call, take like a Monopoly game. Take all the money there is. Go to my little brother who is 7, who's still getting raised, but for me he's getting not a good education.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, every time he does something, he gets money, and with the money he gets for the Monopoly money, he can buy things in the house to have a better life inside the house. You cannot use the money outside because it's Monopoly, but inside you can buy like screen time, you can buy playing with your dad, you can dad watching TV, by watching TV, playing chess, anything that's, even if it's, like screen time is not truly good for a kid, if he has to work to get it, it's better than if you just give it to him to be okay and to not have to worry about him because you don't know what he's doing.
See, I'm glad you said that. So I think I told you once that you don't just work out your body, you work out your head too, right?
Oh, by the way, I did not I did not do your exercises, but I did like, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you the. I was proud, bro. I went my first time. I went 2 hours at the gym yesterday.
Why?
Why my first time?
Yeah. What changed? What happened? Did you hear yourself give up and then you ignored it or no?
I went.
See, that's the problem. You don't listen. I can tell you don't listen because as you thought about it, you were like, maybe I should say it, but maybe I don't.
No, not at all. I'm truly thinking about
I was
why.
messing with you, by the way.
Because it's a good question. Like, I was in the flow. I was, bro. I went. You know what dips are?
Yeah.
So I did dips with 30 kilos, so 70 pounds, plus my body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started with that. Then I do pull up with like 20 kilos, so like 50 pounds. And I started with that. And then I had my training. It was arm day, so like my training, 6 exercises. And when I finished, I was like, I can do 2 more. So I did 2 more. And when I finished, I was like, I can do 2 more. I did 2 more. And at the middle, I was thinking about the exercise you told me, and I planned on doing it. But when I finished my training, like I could not move my arm anymore, you know?
So I'm glad you said that. You don't have weights in your house, right? You don't have weights in your house, right?
Only small, like 5 pounds, so it's not useful.
I got it. The reason I said it is because I would do that when you're not at the gym. I do that throughout the day. That means I'm not waiting to actually go to the gym to actually do that.
Also, like instead of scrolling, getting up, taking like 5 pounds thing in one and punching.
I wouldn't do that. Not with that. That I would do 2 to 3 pounds, not 5 pounds.
Oh, you said, oh yeah.
Yeah, that is a different story. But punching with 5 pounds, I wouldn't do it because if you think about it, it's gonna pull your hand down.
Hey, it's too much. It's too much.
You might actually hurt something. That's why boxing gloves don't get that heavy. Remember, I'm trying to help you avoid getting hurt. That's the main part that you got to think about. But going back to what I was gonna tell you. So, remember I told you got to work out your body and your mind? There's so many studies that come out that say that either watching things are good for you or bad for you. I don't believe none of it. I see everything as training unless it's poison. I see everything as training. So, I know they say you shouldn't have kids watching or having a lot of screen time. But personally speaking, I do that with my son. Like, so I let my son play Call of Duty. He's only 5. I make sure I explain to him what he's looking at is and how it isn't real. But the reason I let him play is because I'm trying to pick up his reaction time. So that means I'm trying to have him understand you got to dodge her. Have you ever had anybody brand new that's never played a game, play a game, and they're playing like this?
Yeah, but
Slow. They die quickly because they're slow. I'm having my son pick up his reaction time because I'm trying to teach him how to be witty, how to give a quick response, and how to do everything else. So while he's playing, I like to bother him. And he'd be like, stop! And I'd be like, no. And I just keep bothering him. I'm trying to teach him how to multitask.
Look what I sent you when you have time.
Where are you sending it?
On Instagram. So that's what I've been doing. But it's not. It was my first time, so it might be not like good. But I don't care.
I don't look like 15 pounds. Okay. So that's good because that's teaching you movement. That's teaching you how to move like that. So one of the very first things that... Do you know who Lomachenko is?
Say again?
Do you know boxers?
Only the known one.
You don't know who Lomachenko is, right? Vasil Lomachenko? So he... You know who Mayweather is. Vasil Lomachenko could have been Mayweather.
Okay.
he is one of the most, to me personally, because everything's an opinion. To me, he is one of the most well-rounded, most perfect boxers in the world. Because he was,
He's still fighting?
yes, unfortunately, because he's already like 35, 36, 37. So he could have had an incredible career. But because he was born in a communist country, he couldn't go pro until he was like 31 or 30. But his amateur record is like 299 wins and 1 loss.
Okay.
So that tells you how good he is. His fights, his professional record, I'll check in a minute, but he's probably like at 10 or 15 fights. Again, he's 30.
Yeah.
But he's a real good deal. He makes his opponents quit. Because he's just too fast, too strong, too versatile. The reason I say that,
I've watched a video that amazed me, so I'm going to send you, and you tell me if it's him.
if it's him, okay. So his dad took him out of boxing for 2 years.
Okay.
Because I don't remember exactly how the story went, but he told his dad he wanted to be the best. And his dad said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take you out of boxing for 2 years, and I'm going to put you in ballet.
Okay.
Best thing that could have happened to him. Why? Two different sports. So his ballet, he learned how to dance, he learned how to move. One of the biggest things in boxing, so your feet isn't straight on the ground. It's like this. So you're basically like on your tippy toes.
Oh, okay.
That's how I move so fast. And on your tippy toes, you're supposed to go like this. Move side, side, but in a circle. I remember I would have to do that for like 10, 15, 30 minutes sometimes. My coach would just let me move like that in a circle. And he'd be like, move, switch. And like I would have to constantly switch to make sure I'm everywhere. Vasily Lomachenko moves so good that it looks like a machine. No, that's Canelo. He moves so good. That's Canelo, by the way. He's really good too.
He's good.
But Vasily Lomachenko moves so good. It's not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense to you how good he moves. And it's because of the ballet. But more of the story.
How do you write his name? Just to
I'm sending it to you right now. God. Oh my God. Let me just send it to you because I get stuck looking at it and I'm like, he's just so good. Bro, the way he moves, no boxer moves like this. He's incredible.
In the first few rounds. This could be a big problem. Like that.
Yeah, it's like he's flying.
Exactly. There's no way to explain it. Not in boxing. He moves so good. So good.
Somebody, probably a bigger puncher, was able to get a decision win against him. Lomachenko over and over. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've never seen him. Okay.
Like, and the thing is, he's so quick. You don't want to fall for one of his traps. He's so good. He's so good.
But the only problem with training alone is I feel
You create mistakes and you get used to mistakes, which is bad. That's why I said when you get money, you can hire a coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do as soon as possible. But I think I'm going to go into like collective teaching first.
Or just make money. Make money so then that way when we meet up in person, like in Dubai or something, I can show you a few things. Because the way I fight is all mental. I don't fight I'm not looking for a knockout. I'm looking for strategy.
And you plan on moving to Dubai?
No, of course not. But for you, I'll rent.
Okay. What I
What?
want?
You want to know what I was thinking?
Tell me.
Depending where money goes, I'd love for me, you, and even Revan to rent out a spot in Dubai. And you guys can live there, and I just go there when I could.
Say again.
It sounded good, but it was like, I don't understand because there's no benefit in one way. So when money is looking almost equal, I would like to rent out a spot in Dubai. And it could be me, you, and even Revan. Right?
So like, the three of us get like.
I pay for something that I will use maybe once or twice a month.
Okay.
But you can live there if you want.
I won't say no, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like when it gets to the point, all of us are living there. But I would only go there for business.
Yeah. And to get punched with me.
Of
or
course.
to learn me how to punch.
Right. So instead of you and him renting out one spot each, maybe even 5 of us could rent out a spot. Has 3, 4, 5 bedrooms. Doesn't matter. We're all renting a specific floor or spot. Because this is expensive over there. We're all renting out a specific floor or spot. And I'm not there, or maybe the other people are not there year round. We're there when we could. But we're helping pay for it. So instead of you paying a full amount, you're only paying 1/3 or 1/5.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's a great idea.
It's an incredible idea, bro, because at the same time, you're surrounded by So, let me tell you what my dream was.
When?
Years ago. Could still happen. But, and I'm sure it could. It's just getting a little bit more difficult because of how the world is perceiving itself. But let me tell you what my dream was. My dream was maybe me and 4 girlfriends all love each other. And I'd be living in a house with like maybe 2 or 3 other couples. But we're all intelligent. We all think the same. And as we're all raising our kids are all learning the same thing. They're all learning how to build a strong brotherhood, how to build friendships and relationships that don't ever end. We're all learning from each other. We're all growing. I think that's the best way to grow because we've been indoctrinated so much to believe what we want to believe, which is I want to get married to one person, or it doesn't matter what they believe. I don't like the one person household. I never liked it because you're isolating yourself like a prison and you're not learning anything. Remember, I'm from Puerto Rico. So I was born a farmer. Because I was born a farmer, I didn't realize how important education is. And then when I went back and visited Puerto Rico again and I spoke to people, I realized we were both once here and now I'm like, I can't even see it. But that's how high I am. And I'll speak to them because I think I told you before, I don't like to waste conversation. If I'm having a conversation and it feels like it's not going anywhere or it's being wasteful or there's drama or there's negativity, I don't want to be involved. The only kind of negativity I like is politics because it's strategy. That's it. Besides that, I don't like to be in negative talk. I think I told you this before. I don't like to surround my head with anything that could be negative at all. So sometimes I'll go to my family's house, right? And I'm always the guy that sits on the corner working. Always. Always. Sometimes I'll go talk to them and I'll throw jokes. But as soon as I hear gossiping, I move away. Because that can only bring me down. It can't pull me up. So the reason I said I don't believe in the one person household, like one family household unit, is because you're not learning anything from people who view things differently. So I'll give you an example. I'm a mindset coach. What are three other things you wish you could learn besides a stronger mindset?
Boxing,
Okay?
finance, like how to.
Good. Okay, good.
And biohacking. Biohacking.
Good. Let's say you lived in a giant mansion or compound.
I'm going to tell you my dream, and it's
Good. And there's 5 families that live in that house. First things first, if it's a $5 million, $10 million house, the rent on it is about 50. If it's 10 million, the rent on it is about 50,000 a month. That's
So
only $10,000 a month per family in there, and you're not using the whole house. So that's one way. That's a financial reason why I believe in multiple household beings living together. But there's also got to be trust. But here's how you got to look at it. How would you feel if you lived in a house like that with an extremely good boxer? Doesn't have to be a Mayweather, but like an extremely good boxer, an extremely good financial advisor. Like this guy makes on paper $200,000 a year, but he moves around millions, and he teaches you that. The boxer teaches you what he knows. The bioengineer teaches you what he knows. You're putting yourself with so much positivity because here's the thing. Do you have the time to study everything and still
Nope.
work? Now, what if you could get the cliff notes like you're getting from me, from somebody, so
Yeah,
you
that's
could just
insane.
get the easy parts?
So two questions from what you all said. The first one is, do you believe you can still get a good education for your kids living in the US?
Yes.
Okay. And
I'll tell you why in a moment. And I'll tell you why I still live here. But go ahead.
okay, do you prefer being 0.1% in one thing and like 5 to 10% in all the other stuff, or being 1% in everything?
1% in everything.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Mm,
I think you told me about Pokemon before, right?
go ahead.
So there are some Pokemon that only have defense.
Yeah.
Why would I fight with it? I don't want to stall. I want to fight. It's useless.
Oh yeah.
I would rather be all. I don't want to say 1 because I would never be a 1. I always excel to know better. I would always want to be a 3 to a 5 across the board. Let's say there's 10 stats. I would rather be a 3 to 5. 3 to 5 in fitness, not the biggest guy, not the smallest guy, middle. 3 to 5 in intelligence, not the smartest guy, in the middle.
When you say 3 to 5, it's like 5 stars is the best?
No, 10 stars is the best.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just telling you, I would rather be a 3 to 5 in all stats across the board than
Than to
having
be a
2
10.
or 3 10s and all zeros.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense to me.
For me-
People have always told me that being a jack of all trades is not a good thing. I love it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, being good everywhere is better than being excellent in one thing. And let me tell you about my dream, so you know how similar it is to your old one. So now it's only since like I only discussed about it with Revan and Gabriel, so my brother. And even with Revan, like, he's kind of hard to live with
Why?
because he's always talking.
That's
He's
good.
always no. He, okay, he doesn't read emotions, and he doesn't adapt the way he acts. Let's say.
That's good. That means he's
Uh,
making mistakes that he's picking up on. Cause what? Cause the biggest.
I told him because I told him, and he said I won't adapt depending on the people. I want to be myself at all time. And I said, but sometimes you just
That's okay. It's what's working for him. Working for him.
yeah. But the thing is, so my girlfriend and Gabrielle said being living with him all the time is impossible
Why?
because
Listen. That if don't answer me your why. Answer me my why. You live in a huge house. Huge house. Castle. 4-point castle. Square. 4 families. You and maybe your brother lives on a lower floor, and you and your girlfriend live on a high floor. Reverend lives on the other side of the castle. For 1 hour every day, you get to hang out with the boys.
it's the
And
problem.
we all
is
talk.
not,
Huh?
the problem is not for me.
The problem won't be for them either. Because you live in 2 separate sections of a castle. When do you ever bother each other?
So yeah, I didn't finish. My dream is kind of the same as you, but instead of having like one castle here, there is like a circle.
Like a neighborhood of different.
And, yeah, and houses, all families, all having kids, all the kids hang out like in the middle, and then they go to eat with like we don't even know which house is to who, but we know that there is a barbecue here, so people are invited. There is like another thing here, and it's like 10 family stop.
So you want to live in a community where they have like
all-
a community hall in the middle, different houses, but everybody goes into the middle to join up. But we have our own perspective houses.
Exactly, and
Okay.
it's only high quality individuals, and all the kids are raised with. So you have to make sure all the families have the same values and want to bring the same value as I want, because why would I live with someone who want to teach them their kids how to, I don't know, be like, give them everything and like give them all the things they want and not raise them like I want to raise my kids. So all people that raise them their kids the same as me, and they all grow up together. Us parents, we know it's safe. We know they're doing like kid stuff. They're growing their own way. We don't have to give them anything. And they're happy. We're happy. We're safe. We're always learning because all the people are experts in one thing. You have a like insane powerful network, because if you need something from someone, you can just ask him. He's leaving like 1 minute. So it's the dream.
Sounds
and
great.
You just have to find the 10 families to do that.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Do you know how DNA works?
DNA? Yeah, kind of.
Not really. You want to be a bioengineer, but you just lied to me. So, the specific DNA... I'm kidding, by the way. You probably do know how DNA works. The specific bioengineering and DNA that I want to explain to you is... You know when they check our blood,
Yeah.
they still show that we have traces of family members of ours 14 generations ago. I think that's a way to, this is what I believe. I could be wrong. Again, it's out there. You know, the way I talk is always out there. I think we're all living in the same life in different versions, constantly improving. Because for me, for example, my dad sacrificed his life to get here to the US. He worked, he did everything possible. He doesn't know English. So right now, if you say, "Hey, how are you doing?" He'll be like he doesn't understand. Incredible, great person, patient, powerful, smart, in a way, and I'll explain why. And courageous. But his life came to a halt. He's retired now. He's still alive. He's retired. And he's having a good life. But he can't see himself furthering the ladder more. He's got money because he's got properties that he rents out. So he's in a good position. But there's so much lack. He no longer wants to take risks. He no longer wants to learn English. So it's like, when we talk, it's like, sometimes I have to keep my phone with me at all times when I talk to him. Because when I'm about to say a really big word or someone explains something, I got to be like, damn, let me translate it real quick so he can understand it.
But you don't speak your father language?
I do. How do I say shivers in Spanish? I don't know. It's a word that you don't use every day. I can talk to you in Spanish all day until I got to tell you a big word or explain something incredible.
Okay.
So it's like I know it.
And since everything you experience and live is incredible, it's hard to
explain, especially because he wants to understand how I think because he loves it. But it's hard for him to comprehend because he's not from that generation. Remember, he wasn't born. We were farmers. He wasn't born with the education system.
Are you like, do you believe you had the good education?
100%. Let me put a pin on that because that's still to answer you the question on why I'm still here. 100%. So, 100%. So, when I talk to my dad, sometimes I'll play games. Like I remember my favorite game was Final Fantasy and Legend of Dragoon growing up. I always wish I could erase them from my head and play them over again, brand new. So I can indulge in that, oh my God, how good this feeling is. I feel like my father really is an extension of me. Because when I talk to him, it's like talking to my old self that wasn't educated or doesn't know how incredible and how big life is. And when I explain it to him, I can't get this smile on my face because I'm teaching him the way I would have wanted to learn, and he's listening the way I would have wanted to listen. So when I say that,
where is he living now?
He's living here in the same state as me. I visit him often. But when I tell you that your blood has 14 lines of generations with you, that has been checked so far. I feel like that was my life, and it came to a halt. It was a sacrifice. It was a relay race. You know when you're running with the stick, and then you give the other person the stick, and the other person keeps running? He gave me the stick to get to not have to suffer the way he did.
So it's like his race was from 0 to like 2 kilometers, but
yes.
It was in the mountain, very hard. And you, it's 2 kilometers to like 1,000, but it's easy road.
2 kilometers to 5, maybe 6, because he tells me that what I've learned. Let's use a scale of 100%. He was able to learn from 0 to 17%, which was incredible.
So he gave you the relay at 17.
And I've already accomplished doing about 60%.
And do you think you can go to 200, or your son will go?
My son will go. Well, for me, he's reached 100 for him. Not as far as achievements go. But yes, in case as far as achievements go. He's achieved everything he's wanted to achieve.
Your son?
My father.
Oh, okay.
So, here's a better way to explain it. This is my father's goal. This is my father's goal. This was when he got 17%. To me, this is still 17%. To me. But he's reached his goal.
Okay.
To me, this is 100%.
Okay.
I am 60% there. Right?
Yeah.
To my father, that is almost 40 times the growth.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's to put 17 into 60, it would be like 3.5 times.
Yeah, and then
So it's 40% the growth. I still want to reach 100%, but I'm at 60. And my 60 to my dad's 17 is astronomical. But he helped me. Wait, but he helped me get there. He helped me skip the steps. I'm about to explain to you immortality. He helped me skip the steps. Now I'm his same life living with my own conscience, but still trying to achieve the same goal. My son, right now, I feel like he's at 5%. Crazy. 5%. He's almost at 1/3 of where my dad was. And he's 5 years old.
But how do you know he's at? What do you see that give you the confidence to say he's at 5?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in one moment. Because that has to do with literally the next part of the explanation. So he's at 5%. I feel like my son is going to reach what my 100 would have been. My 100. When I reach my 100, for my son, it's going to be about 250%. So, in my eyes, what my son is going to achieve is going to be 250%.
But your 100 worth more?
No,
than
my 100 is going to be his 40%.
Okay.
Because it's a relay race. We're skipping the steps.
Okay.
It's like Spider-Man. Spider-Man movies have always came out. We're on the 3rd different Spider-Man right now. The 3rd Spider-Man, they skipped the front story. You already know it. The uncle dies. He gets his powers. They don't have to explain that anymore. You already know it. We're skipping that part. My dad had that part, and he sacrificed his life for me to get to where I'm at. And I'm grateful. But we're the same strand of DNA. So we're skipping to go up higher. We're not trying to go down. So where is my son? Why is my son at 5%? It's all going to come together, hopefully, to you. I understand it, but I don't know if you're going to understand it. So where is it going to come to where I understand he's at 5%? So you asked me if I would want to live in Dubai. Maybe.
No, why do you still live in the US? Is the better question.
Okay, good. I'll explain why. So my business partner, one of the guys that's my business partner, he used to live in Connecticut. He was born in Connecticut. I was raised in Philadelphia. It's night and day, the difference. Connecticut is more for families who have money. Philadelphia is for families who don't have money. So I learned something in Philadelphia he can't learn. And this is why money isn't everything. I learned how to be book smart and street smart. Being street smart is extremely important because sometimes I'll say something to him and he'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, I'm kidding. And he can't pick up the body language that I was playing because he's street smart, but not as far as the percentage where I'm street smart. So he was raised with in a place where everybody's raised with a silver spoon. Okay. So he doesn't understand that people could be deceptive.
Yeah.
You know what deception is?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand people could be deceptive. Because of that, that helped me understand people's body language better because I can see when they're about to try to eat me so I can avoid it. I can see when they're trying to trap me. The reason my son is at 5%, he's already coming up with strategies that I would have never been able to come up with at his age. So what do I mean by that? I'll watch him playing games. And I'll be like, don't do that. And it works. I wouldn't want to do it because it wouldn't work for me. But if I was his age, I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Okay.
He's figuring it out on his own.
So you think the video games is a good thing?
Yes and no. Not in excess. Not in too much.
But like anything.
If it's for a learning experience. What do I mean by that? My son knows. Remember I told you we have a money system in our house. He knows he has to buy the video game or the iPad. He knows he has to buy it. With Monopoly money. But he knows he has to buy it. Because he knows he has to buy it, he's studying and learning. I consider talking to me studying. Because, remember I told you, I explained to him what a gazelle, a cheetah, and a lion is. And he understood it. And I know he understood it because when we went to a family party, he seen how some of the kids were playing and he was looking at them. And my son is my kids, they're well behaved. He saw them acting crazy. And he said, Daddy, are those gazelles? And I was like, 100%. He picked up on it. So he knows when I would have his friend come over, his friend is 10 years old. My son is 5. My son and his friend talk and play almost the same. So my son's mentality is at 10 years old.
Okay.
So he skipped a few steps. Picture this. When I finish, I expect to have minimum. Listen, because you're not listening. Minimum 20 businesses.
When you finish what?
My line.
Okay.
I expect to have 20 businesses. I'm already at 5. Possible. I expect to be at 20 businesses. If my son picks up everything from me, he's going to skip all the steps I had to struggle through. And he's going to start running. So my 20 businesses could be my son's 40 to 50 businesses. Because I give my son games, but he has to buy it. In order for him to buy it, he has to surprise me and learn something new every day. So that's for me to give him $2 instead of $1.
And do you still play yourself?
Sometimes. Rarely, sometimes. I want to. And I still lie to myself and say, as soon as I retire, I'm going to play games. I don't think I'm ever going to retire. I have so much knowledge and business acumen that I never see me stopping. Even if I get to the point where I could delegate everything, I still see me being involved in one way, shape, or form. I still want to retire someday and play games all day. I want to eat all day, get fat. Probably not too fat. Get fat. I want to play games all day. I want to indulge in sexual pleasures all day. That's what I want. Those three. Doesn't together. I'm not talking about different ice creams. Same ice cream. I want that. But I'm not there yet. Because I spend so much time. Because I still learn. I still exercise. I still talk. I still sell. I still make money. I'm still a dad. There's so much that I do. My days feel like they go by in 6 hours. So fast. So I want to achieve more, but I can't. I think this is why I told you before. I wish I had 3 of me.
Can I ask you, in France, it's like strange to ask this question.
Wait. Ask away. It's strange to ask this question, but what?
Yeah, it's not strange. How much you make now, and how much do you think you can make, the maximum you can make at the end of your life, or you won't?
Great question. Where I'm at now is 3 to 5 times higher than when I started in 2020. So right now, I'm still anywhere from 30 to 100 monthly. Still. And I've actually achieved both and within the last 3 months. So I don't want to say I'm at 100 consistently. But what I expect to make at the end of my life is a consistent 50 million yearly.
Okay, so
is it possible with the 20 business I'm expecting to have? Yes.
So let's say 50 times more than now. Okay.
And right now, I'm 3 to 5 times higher than I was. I'm 3 to 5 times higher now than I was in 2020. In 2019, I was 70 times higher than I was in 2010. So 2010, 2019. 2019?
So
2020.
2010 for you is me now?
No.
You're
You're 2016 me.
Yeah, but in age I meant.
Disrespectful.
No.
So we are
12.
No, you're 21.
No, 21 in May.
Okay. We are 14 years difference.
14. Why do I keep saying 32, bro?
It's okay. I'll take that. You're right. You're never wrong. So when I was 21.
20.
When I was 20. When I was 20, I was
boxing?
%60 of what you are now.
Okay.
So you're higher by 40%. In a way.
Do you think
mentally? Because I was still making some kind of money.
Do you? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think making more money is related to your growth in like the percentage we're talking about?
Negative. I think
So
me. I think mindset will get you further than anything else. Because again, in 2010 and 2019, like a 70% difference. What changed?
70%?
Yeah. What changed? This. Why do I say that? I thought in 2010, working was going to get me where I wanted. That's not how it works. 2019, I was already thinking about passive income. I was already achieving passive income, and I was already doing things to get me further in passive income. In 2010, I wasn't even thinking about passive income. I was thinking about one job, one work.
Okay, so selfish question for me. So what I'm making now, I invest nothing because for what I aim, the investment I would do now is useless basically.
I understand.
So, but every time I said to my mom, so I'm living at her place, I made 3K and I pay 500 each month to her to live at her place.
Smart.
So I said to her, so I did not pay November yet because it's been 2 weeks since we did not receive money. And so she said, pay me. I said, I have no money, but she said, you made 3K last month. Where is the money? And I said, gone. And she was like, but you're going to move out, like put money aside and everything. And I felt bad to have no money.
Okay. I know how she feels. I know what she was telling you to, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I know that it's an obvious reaction from, okay, so we have a bit more time if you want.
What happened to the call?
It's not a call, like I want my mom, she like
I got you.
I had to, yeah, and it's not a business stuff,
I got you.
but it's moved for 30 minutes.
But go ahead.
So I felt bad because I knew from her point of view I acted stupid.
Oui.
So I so I kind of disappointed her, and at the same how do I say it? The same time, yeah, I asked. So in France you can't get money. I'm not paying taxes. I'm not doing anything. For me, like 3K is nothing. So I'm not going to waste 1K to give to friends and to. So in France it's a lot. So I'm not paying anything. In a way, I'm not legal, okay? And my mom and dad do not like that, but I don't really care. And so to get anything in France, you have to give like give like a document that proves that you make money, but which I don't have because I'm not getting employed, or a document that proves that you pay taxes, which I don't have because I don't pay. So I asked her, I'm gonna move out, and in 3 months I'm gonna buy a car with the monthly payments, but for that I have to be legal, which I won't. So I might need your like details of payment of income and everything to get the car, and I pay you every month with interest. And she said, and that really put me like, I was like, okay, good, let's see. You won't have the money, it's useless, she said. So I was like,
It's all right. She's thinking negative. So she's thinking negative because she's like my mom. My mom, when I was working in 2019, and I was making $100,000 a year, when I lost the job, right away, she tried getting me a job right away.
okay.
The job paid $20 an hour. So $20 an hour would leave me at $38,000 a year.
Yeah.
So 1/3
Of what? No, 1/4.
of what I was making. No, 1/3. It's probably more like one. Is more probably more like 2/5. But let's just say 1/3
Okay.
of what I was making. And I just looked at her like, this doesn't make sense. You're disrespecting me. It's disrespectful for you to think that. But she doesn't understand money. So it's fully understandable.
But bro, it's the exact same thing that when last year, 2022, September, I only did the first day of school. So I went to the first day, and in the month of September, with Revan we made 5K. So I was like, wait, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to do 5 years of study to gain as much or less that what I'm making right now with 1 month. It's been 1 month since we started our old business. At the end, we had like the business failed, but it's not the thing. And when I said that to my parents, it seems like it was the worst decision possible for me to do. But it's obvious.
You have to believe in yourself.
But bro, even if I don't believe in myself, in 1 month I make 2.5K myself, and you want me to work 5 years winning nothing and pay?
She's not a financial advisor. She doesn't understand. But you can't blame her for not understanding. Does your mom speak English?
Yeah, it's thanks to her that I speak English.
Okay, good. Your mom is giving you what she can, and she wants to protect you. The best way to protect you is to cuddle you. How she cuddles you is by treating you the same way she was raised growing up.
Yeah, I know.
You're separating right now, so it's understandable why, but she will never understand what you're doing until you can show it to her consistently. When you've been making 20K a month consistently in 5 years, she'll believe in you.
I know.
My mom, bro, in 2022, she still didn't believe in me.
Okay.
2022.
She's still working?
No, she's been retired for a while. My dad takes care of her. My dad makes money.
But, okay.
And she has property. So she makes rent. My dad helped her do that.
But
My family hasn't been... My family's well off. They haven't been in a struggle.
But how is she not believing in you?
Because she can't comprehend it. If I was to teach you Chinese right now...
No, okay, let me
Wait, if I was to teach you Chinese right now, would you see it beneficial?
Yeah.
For what?
I want to go to
China.
to sell something to Chinese people, and
What are you gonna sell?
Anything in my future.
Say you don't know. Say the truth. I want you to be honest with me.
No, but truly.
Tell me the truth. I don't know.
Right now, I don't know.
Good. How are you gonna get there? Tell me the truth. I don't know.
How am I going to get to go
China.
to China?
Say I don't know because I'm gonna ask you a harder question if you try to give me an answer.
Okay, I don't know.
Good. Who are you gonna live with?
My girlfriend.
If you're just learning Chinese and you can't really defend yourself, who are you gonna live with? Can you, right now as you are, can you live in China?
No.
Good. The answers to all my questions should have been I don't know. So there's no purpose for you to learn Chinese right now because you don't have any immediate plans.
Yeah,
But if I was to teach you, it would be beneficial. But you don't see any immediate use for it in the next 5 years.
oh, that's.
So what
sometimes-
you're doing, she sees no immediate use for it at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
It's not that she doesn't understand. It's just she doesn't see a reason to understand. That's why I said when you're finished, after 5 years of you making 20,000 a month, anything you say, Alexis, my beautiful baby boy, I believe. Gabriel, listen to your brother. He knows. But you have to earn that in 5 years. The reason she doesn't believe, this is what's in her head.
I know.
No, I'll tell you. I know you know, and I'll still tell you. People have tried making a business and they lost it. People have made money and they lost it. I'm about to prove you wrong right now. Where's your 500 for this month? I lost it. See? That's why you need a job. She's thinking logically. So for her, it makes sense. You're thinking illogical. You almost couldn't believe 2 days ago when I said, in November, you have a chance of making $17K with revenue. And then December, you're probably thinking, you said 20K. I said, no, 60. And you couldn't comprehend how. I know how. You can't comprehend how.
28. 24.
The reason you can't comprehend how is because you don't know. It doesn't matter. Do you drive?
Yeah.
Have you ever driven at night?
Yeah.
If all the lights went out, except your car's lights, and you were 50 miles away, but you knew the streets, would you still know how to get home in your car? Why?
Because I know the road.
And how could you see the road?
With my lights.
You don't have to know what's over there. You only need to know what's the first 100 feet in front of you. And that's your car's lights. The next 100 feet. You don't have to know everything. You only have to know what's ahead and keep going. That's it. She's talking to you based on experience of what she went through. I'm talking to you based on my experience on what I went through. And my experience is, I don't have to know. Bro, I just told you how much of a percentage I've changed in the years. When I told you I'm looking to make 50 million and I'm just getting to 100,000, you're probably wondering, how is that possible? It's possible. You just don't have to know now. You'll get there. As soon as you believe what you want to believe, the universe and life will make what you want possible. Because I would have never thought in 2010 that I would have been making the money that I'm making now. I would have thought I was crazy. I would have thought the only way that this was possible is if I would have became a drug dealer. That's what I thought. Because I didn't know. Go ahead, you were going to ask me something. I'm sorry.
No, give me 1 minute to go to the toilet.
I'll give you 2.
And then I want to say something, okay?
Okay.
I'm here.
Does it make sense though? What I'm telling you? You're muted.
I never. I always knew and know that what they were saying and thinking
It's
and
false.
Yeah, first, but for them is the best for me. So it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just, it's love. So, in an army, we've spoken about this before, but let me make it make sense. In an army, every 100 soldiers,
80.
it's 80, right? No, 70. 70 don't know what they're doing.
No, I think it's 80.
I'll say 70
anyone.
don't know what they're doing. 20 have no business being there. And then 9 actually know how to fight, and 1 is a warrior. That's the right math.
Yeah,
70 don't know what they're doing. 20 have no business. No business means somebody from California. Ew, what is that? Like somebody from California. No business. You're instant death. Instant death. 9 can fight. 1 is a warrior. Right? Your mom is in the 70%. She's not fully ignorant. But her strategy is stay with the group. They can't kill us all. The 9 and 1 strategy is spread out so we don't get hit. Get away from each other. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Because what would you shoot at? A big group or a little group?
A big.
Because you have more chances of hitting. Your mom's mentality is do what everybody else does, Alexis. This way you don't fail. The strategies are different because they know different. That's why she's the way that she is. It's not because she doesn't love you. It's not because she hates you. It's not because anything. It's because she doesn't understand. Because they use 2 different strategies.
You know what she's saying to me is you only listen to Andrew Tate, like he's guruing you and everything.
She knows who that is?
She knows because my uncle living in like in the UK basically.
Ireland.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. So her brother speak bad about Andrew Tate because he's in the Matrix and listening to the news in there where he's banned in the school and everything. So she doesn't have a point of view herself, even if I show her something and she said, yeah, I agree with him and everything. But overall, what the group thinks makes her think that. So she thinks he's not a good person for me. But
I already told you that. My dad doesn't understand what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and every time my father or my mother tells me something, give me an advice about my life or anything, and they even give advice to my girlfriend, I say, I don't want to take. Okay, how do I say it in French?
Take your advice?
Je prends pas d'avis. Attends, I don't take. Wait, let me translate it. Je prends pas d'avis. J'écoute pas. Si je veux aller à Rome, je prends pas les conseils d'un mec. Yeah, so basically, if I want to go to Rome, I'm not going to take advices from someone who's never been there.
Of course. But you don't say that.
Everything I'm aiming for.
But you don't say that to them either.
I said.
No, but you shouldn't. Right now, you're doing it because you're young. But
you know what they're saying
you're
to my girlfriend?
crazy until you're right.
Yeah, I know. I know that, but
So you can't tell somebody that you're not crazy.
bro, it's insane how my stepmom, so the new wife of my father, is like, prisoners. They have like something attached to their feet so they can't get away.
Ankle
So
bracelet.
this wife is basically that for my father and for everyone. And she has the worst point of view possible for a girl, for a woman in this world. Is the worst thing you could dream of. The worst thing you could have is a wife like this. And when she sees my girlfriend being the best thing you could dream of, she gives advice to her on how to be the worst thing. So basically, we were eating at my father's place. I asked my girlfriend, go make some coffee for me or something like that. And my stepmom, she said, no, don't move. You're not her puppy or something like that.
I get it.
All the time, bro. And this weekend, we were at my grandfather. So the father of my father. And all the week, like, when you go to you like the family of your girlfriend, you're acting like you try to act great and everything.
Yeah.
Bro, she sit at the table all weekend, whether eating or sleeping, did nothing, did not even move from a chair. My father, grandfather, and uncle did everything of the chores and everything. She did nothing. She give us, me and my brother, like orders to clean the table and everything. And I'm like, but how can
Is
you
she
accept
younger?
that?
Is she younger than your mother
Yeah,
by over 10 years?
yeah.
So she's a trophy for your dad.
But no. She's like big.
But she's still younger.
Yeah. So my mom.
So your dad thinks that there's time for her to change.
My mom is 58. My dad is 48, and my stepmom is 45.
Okay. I just asked if she was 10 years younger than your dad.
No, I no. You said my mom.
Oh, sorry. I messed up. But yeah, okay.
So, you know the problem, and I did not yet say to my dad because I'm not there yet. I know.
I wouldn't either.
I know he's not happy and everything.
Can you right now, God forbid, let's say your dad can no longer think for himself. Are you able to take care of him right now?
No.
Then you have no opinion.
I know.
Let him enjoy his life and struggle the way that he does, because this is what he has to do.
But he's stuck.
That's okay. That's what he chose. It's that or loneliness.
Exactly.
So he's choosing he's choosing the better of the lesser evil. That's what he wants. That's for that first part. To answer your question on why she's like that to your girlfriend. Misery loves company. Misery steals energy. It's a phone's battery that always dies. It needs to stay on the charger 24/7. It's not a good phone. You can't take it far because it's going to die. It's not worth it. It's a piece of trash. But it's still a phone. Knowing that, the reason she wants to drag your girlfriend down, do you know how crabs in a barrel work?
How what?
Crabs in a barrel. If you put crabs in a barrel, do you know what they'll do?
Go on top of the other one and everything?
They'll try. They will never get out.
Yeah, I know.
Because when one tries to get out, the other one pulls it down so it can get out. Then the other one in back of it pulls it down. They're so selfish. They will never get out. Ever. That's how she is. But can you also blame her? That's as much as she decided to know. So look. If this is your life's potential, and you're like 40 to 50, and this is as much as you accomplished in life, which is 17%, you can't go any further than that. You can't go any further than that. You can't. You're done. Knowing that in her time, it was dictated that you should respect your elders. They are not smart enough to realize, well, what if your elders are wrong? They don't think like that. Their old mindset is you need to respect your elders. No, I respect people that respect me. I respect people who are smarter than me. Me. I can't say that to them because it won't make sense to them. How? Tell me this. You being mature and you're about to fight somebody, you meet up and you say, may the best man win. That's maturity. Immaturity is, you're going to fight anyways. But one knows where the other one doesn't. So you can't blame these people because at the end of your life, you... At the end of your life, you're going to at least be this much fool.
It's not big enough. The whole screen is not big enough to describe how it will be at the end.
Wait a minute. Did you ever go to the bottom and press the 4 squares?
Where? No?
On the screen. So we can have 50-50.
Yeah, now I did.
Sorry. And so that way we could be half and half.
Yeah.
Was I a small screen the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't care seeing me.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You don't care what?
I even prefer not seeing me.
Oh, you see you and my thing anyways. I shouldn't have had to add that extra last part, but I'm going to add it anyways.
Honte à toi, petit français.
Why little?
Because you're young. That's why I was supposed to say shame on you. The little Frenchman I added so it could be funny. It's not because you're little. That was the joke.
Okay.
Because if I would have said shame on you, it would have been just haha. Okay, I get it. The little Frenchman added the extra ha.
Okay, bro. What did I want to say?
How could you be successful yesterday? Impossible. You're not mentally there yet. I told you that you need to fill up yet first. I'll tell you right now, though. I think you heard it too. I told you that even if you make 60K, you might still make nothing. But that's good. You built up the threshold to make it bigger, to know that it's possible. Then you can start investing your money better. Right now, you don't need to invest I don't want to say it like this. This is bad advice, but it's good advice. Don't worry about investing right now. When you have money to invest, then worry about that. Keep living right now. Just keep learning. Right now, the best thing you can do is keep learning. The reason why 2010 and 2019 me are so different is because, that's what I was going to tell you, is because of this. Abraham Lincoln, American president from like back then.
I know.
Okay, good. He was asked, I don't know any French presidents, so I don't know if, I didn't know you knew. I knew of Napoleon. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Abraham Lincoln was asked, if you had 6 hours to cut a tree down, how would you cut it? He said he would spend 5 hours sharpening his axe so then he could chop the tree down with 1 hour. 2010 me thought, if I work twice as hard, I'm going to make twice the money. I used to work from 9 till 9 all day for 6 days a week. I was making money, but I had no life. Couldn't enjoy the money. I didn't do nothing. It was until I got smarter that I went from this, look, 2010, 2019. 2019, 2023. I've accomplished in 3 years what should have taken me in 2010 30 years to accomplish. That's why I tell you, I'm 60% of what you are now in that age. Because
I have a good question, okay?
Ask.
My brother, so you know he's working for me.
Yeah.
He made 800 bucks last month, which at 15, it's insane, bro. If I made that at 15, that's what I made like in 2 years, you know?
Oui.
So it's insane. And he came to me, said, I don't know if I told you, would you take it as a treason if I went and do my own business instead of going with you?
It would hurt me, but no.
That's what I said. And I said, but why? He said, because if I find one client myself, I will make the same amount that 3 clients you give me to work on. I said, yeah, but how would you find it? And he said, well, I send messages on Instagram, I go on the call, I tell him what I can do, and then he pays. I said...
So he's smart, but here's the problem. If he chases money, he's only going to go for it as much as you show him. If he follows you, he'll have more room to grow. Where right now 800 is a lot, think about 3,000. Think about 10,000.
I said, right, why would you go alone and make all the mistake we did in the last 2 years when you can just start from now, start slow, which is still big for you. Like I might still bet that you make more than your whole class together. And we do not plan on leaving you an editor all life. Like, it's only the beginning. We are, even us, still editing. So as long as we are editing, you will be editing. But when we will not be editing anymore, you want to, and you will take higher, like, responsibility and everything. And at the end, he did nothing. He kept working with us, with me, and bro, if I had, like, I'm so, like, I raised him like my son when myself was not what I wanted to be. I still managed to make him a beast. Like, he is 5. So let me tell you. So he was a bit fat before. Mm-hmm. Every day I called him fat, until he got sick of it. Now he weighed the same weight as my friends, which are 5 years older than him, and still go to the gym. He's the same as them, and he's bigger than them, 5 years less. He's like the biggest in the whole school. When people are like 2 years older than him, he's the biggest. Every time someone asks him his age, they say like 18, 19, he's 15. He makes $800. He's watching at Andrew Tate, Iman Gaji, everything. He has a girlfriend. Basically his life is done at 15.
No, because he still has, he's ignorant at 15. So that means he's going to make so many mistakes.
But bro, what will happen if I move to Dubai and he sees me going there and he's like, bro, I have to go to school when my brother is there driving like Porsches and everything, when it's my dream, and I can only go there and I'm like, bro.
You see? You cornered yourself. If I knew that I had to stay in school for another 3 years, and I'm have the chance to make money now, I'm dropping out. Not good advice, but why am I dropping out? What is school gonna get me? It's not gonna teach me as much as I could learn over there.
Yeah, but it's impossible.
No, nothing is impossible. You believe it's impossible because you believe in lack. You believe in lack because you don't know of a way out. I don't believe in lack anymore because there's always a way out. You need to wait till you get to the point where you realize there's always an answer before you can actually say that. Because right now you're thinking never is impossible. That doesn't exist for me. But you have to wait to get there. The same way he has to wait to get to where you're at.
Yeah, but when I meant impossible is...
Because your mom won't let him.
No, it's not legal in France to leave school before 16 first, and then...
I'll pay the fees.
What fees?
Whatever fees it is. Because when you have money, everything's legal.
Yeah, but he's like right now, I'm not making enough, or he's not making enough.
That's okay. I'll wait till I can make it legal and then I'll do it. There's no dropouts in France at all?
No? Before 16 you can't?
You can't drop out?
No?
Damn. Talk about slavery.
There is people that like...
What happens if you drop out? What's the consequence?
I don't know, bro.
That's your problem. You're scared of something imaginary. I'm good.
I'm not scared. Like I dropped out basically, so I'm not scared. But before 16, you do not even think of that in France. Like
that's a better way. You don't think of it. Not that you can't. You don't think of it.
I'm gonna have to move, bro. Oh, okay, let me call my...
That's okay. He's able to travel outside of school for a different school. When you have money, everything changes. I just read it. He could basically just say he's going to change to go to a different school in another country, which is legal, and then have a school that's online that's only 1 hour. Come on, bro. There's always an answer. The problem is you don't know. That's why you're afraid. You lack because you don't know. I don't lack because I know there's always an answer for everything.
Give me 1 minute, bro, please.
Take your time. Take your time.
But yeah, I agree on what you... Tu vas aller à la salle ou pas? Mais je peux partir maintenant, mais maman, elle arrive dans 25 minutes. Oui, ben, c'est pas reliable. On peut pas trop lui faire confiance.
Passport. Are we talking money?
Donc, je pars? Non, t'inquiète. Oui, t'inquiète. Bisous, je pars dans 5 minutes, je finis avec André. So, what? Yeah, so he could.
Of course he could. Shut up. You don't know. You don't know.
No, of course he could. Okay, let me put it that way. What would he gain from not finishing, from leaving? And what if I tell you that
time to actually learn, because you're not learning anything useful in school. School is teaching you how to be the 70% in the army. That's it.
Yeah, I agree, but do you know the quote of Andrew Tate? He said, I don't really know the quote, I just know what it means. Like, I let my... What's the thing? I let them manipulate me So I know how I can act, and then I punish the perpetrators or something like that. You know this one or not?
No, I don't know what it means, but
She said, I let them manipulate me, so I know when
that
they
I
want
know. That one I know. I don't know the way you explained it, but he said I let my enemies. He said I need to let my he said I let my enemies lead me just to see where they're leading me.
Yeah, and then I do not go there and I kill them for something like that, okay? And him going to school two more years,
Mm-hmm.
or him not going to school 2 more years, but not going at war. So, okay, one way he's getting to school and not getting at war with my parents. One way he's not getting to school and he's getting at war with them, because if he leaves now, me, I left, I had like the minimum, let's say, but he has literally nothing. It will be the
Well,
war.
we're not talking about him actually leaving. That's hypothetical. I was just letting you know there's always a way, but he will need to make money.
I know, but when I said it's not possible, it's not only because of the law. Like, bro, honestly, it's because my father and mother will like hate, but be truly disappointed by him. Even though he will make money, he will make a lot after. I still think that they will be like disappointed in him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to go.
I know. I can see it. Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Every time I want to do things with you to create content, but I forgot because I'm caught up in the.
This is content. You'd be surprised. This is content. Just keep doing what you're doing. You'd be surprised. Just keep believe in the process.
Okay,
if
bro.
you don't believe in yourself because of lack, believe in me because of abundance.
Great one. Thanks a lot again, bro. It's been nice. We do again on Tuesday.
Oui.
Thanks, bro. Have a good day.
You too, brother. You have a good one, man. Be safe.
Thanks, you too.
All right, brother.